Right, we are going live. I haven't done the thing. Well, go live. Don't know where I'm supposed to go live. Oh, it turns out we are live. And I will say hello, everyone, and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. How are we doing on this fine Monday? What have we been up to? What did we do? Why did we do it? Why did you touch that thing? Not that thing, the other thing. You know the thing I'm talking about. But yes, how are we today? I just need to sort out the old chat because I forgot to do it first. Edge's other purpose to have chat on it. There we go. Look, it wasn't me. You can't prove it. I'm just a lowly human. I mean, if you're human, you probably did everything. They're just the worst. I don't know if you know this, but all of you. Awful. But the ones who can admit it are pretty cool. Terrible people, etc. Anyway, yeah. I painted a bathroom over the weekend. Well, I say over the weekend, in the last like quarter of it, and we did the other half last weekend. But Mrs. Sick wanted it done, so I did it. Now we can put up a mirror. I mean, I say we. I'm probably going to get one of my boys to do it because I am just terrible when it comes to DIY. Just every single time I overthink it until I talk myself out of it. And I should, it's like 2 screws. I could definitely do that without blowing up or burning down the house. Don't make the jokes. But I don't know. Painting a bathroom is a sign of maturity. Oh no! What have I done? I've made the big mistake. Oh, they've added a thing to like, fuck off, YouTube. They've added an option. I don't know if you lot get the option, but one that just says fan funding, so that I can only see super chats. For fuck's sake. I mean, I guess if you're a really goddamn big channel.
Hi, Demon Orb. Gravy, 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 gravy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's just using his once a month power. Those don't count. He's already paid for it.
I'm glad it's being used for something good.
I mean, true. I realised something the other day. Catholic is a lot funnier. I'm going with funner. If you pronounce it as catholic, as in one who is addicted to cats. I mean, you'll just increase the number of catholics there are out there, though. Either one way or the other. Technically, I'm more whiskey than human at this point in my life. Isn't that true of us all? In Spelljammer on Saturday, we fought an adult lunar dragon whilst being towed by a space whale. I have a feeling that that's not real life, but you can never tell with people on the internet. They do some wild shit. I built an entire rabbit hutch twice. Now, did you build two? Or did you build one, go, I fucked it up, and have to redo it? Because that is the worst. I hate that shit. And it's every single time I make anything ever, because you just miss something. You do something stupid. What do PragerU and paleontology have in common? They're both study of old fossils. Didn't you make that joke in the video? Is it because I didn't go, haha, that was the funniest joke I've ever heard, that you felt the need to say it again? Either that or that is just a common joke. I'm sure when Will Smith streams, he doesn't want to read poor people's messages. Or things about his wife, because he might slap you. I don't know if that's controversial to say now. I feel you're sick. I'm on the 84th of finding excuses to mount a TV for my wife on the wall. Yeah, you got to get someone. Could be a chick.
It took you a long time to get the TV on the way. It was like months.
Yeah, we got a TV and then we were swapping them round. So the one that was in the living room went in the bedroom, and then the one that was in our bedroom went in the kids' room. So step down sizes and all that shit. And I just was not doing that on my own. Thankfully, it turned out to be a simpler job than I had concerned myself that it would be. Really glad to have the big TV in here. It's just, it could be bigger, but it's big enough. We used to use, it's still on the roof. I got a projector for 40 quid, but fucking hell. A, oh my God, it's so loud. And B, it was a £40 projector. it was not of high quality. It would, if you played any game, that's basically what we use it for, is to play games at night to put Mrs. Six to sleep. And if you played anything on the old projector, it was 640 by 480 in terms of resolution. If you don't know what that is, go to a reasonably sharp YouTube video and click 480p, and you'll get a good fucking idea of what that is. And on a big screen at the end of the room, it doesn't help, especially with anything that involves reading, which is what the most type of game I play to put her to sleep is. So yeah. As a birthday present for America, you could duct tape the Miss mouth shut. Oh, of course it's Duck Doll. Building a movie room with drywall, flooring,
What do you
a
know,
projector.
Dog? I might like that.
She'd love it. You're building a movie room. That sounds sick. Now, do you have excuses not to keep doing it? That's the important thing. That's real man shit. Is wanting to do a DIY project and never doing it because you're worried you'll fuck something up. Unless you're one of those monsters who've got like confidence and shit. No enhanced banana, just a good old fashioned banana. You're just gonna pin the banana to a wall? I don't know. Whiskey and dinosaur, holy fucking shit, lazard persons. I mean, who isn't? Hang on a sec. I usually watch YouTube at 360p and I don't notice any improvement with higher resolutions. Are my eyes just your eyes must be fucking horrendous. If you can't tell the difference between like 360p and 1080, oh my.
Yeah, you might be long-sighted.
Well, you might need glasses at the very least. If you don't have glasses and you can't tell the difference, yeah. Like, at a close range, I can tell the difference between... I mean, at the right range, you should be able to tell the difference between any fucking resolution. But yeah, like, it is very obvious when I load up a video and YouTube's gone, oh, we just decided to set it to really low resolution because fuck you. And I have to change it back, which really pissed me off.
We had the old TV in the living room, and if I was watching it without my glasses, everybody was just blurry faces, and I had to go by voices.
But now we've got a much bigger TV.
I can actually see people on it now without wearing my glasses.
Well, which in some ways is not good because you're really bad at putting your fucking glasses on.
Yeah, I know. I'm not wearing them even now.
She's supposed to wear them all the time, basically.
Yeah, but they're heavy.
I can tell the difference between close up and far away. The cows, that just sounds like these cows are really small. The cows outside are far away. I have a tremendous amount of well-placed confidence, but a lack of time. I can barely make it here to say nonsense to these knights crusading. I mean, that's sometimes a good problem to have. It depends. The only confidence I have is knowing my 100-bottle whiskey collection could vanish in a single evening of debauchery. Very true. Whenever I watch on data, I watch on 360. Unless I look super close, there is no... If you're on your phone, then you're much, much less likely to tell the difference between a low resolution and a high resolution because it's a small screen. The pixel density is much lower or higher, or one of the two. Basically, small screen, low res, big screen, big res, otherwise look bad.
Hi, Jonas. Yes, I can read your comment. I'm short-sighted. The screen is really close to my face.
Yes, we're sat in front of computers at the moment. I know for a while we did the living room thing with a single mic that we would share, but we swore off that once we got comfortable fucking office chairs.
Desk chairs, yeah.
And we spend, I don't know, we spend a similar amount of time in the living room, but I don't think it's quite as much. It's more like when we go to watch a film or something. Like, we don't really watch TV in bed. And if we're wanting to watch something that the other one doesn't give a shit about, we tend to watch it at our computers.
Like today.
Like today what?
I was watching Ancient Egyptian
stuff. Oh, right. Is that what you were doing? Just trying to set up so you could talk about your fucking Egypt show? For the first time in ages, she had a giddy moment And I was like, oh, well, it's something the kids
It
did,
was
and it's like,
exciting to watch it. They like uncovered stuff, and I was like, ooh.
yay. Sorry, family issues. Love you. Please, please, please never stop. I hope the family issues aren't too bad. Saying happy 4th to someone who probably wouldn't care. I mean, it's not the 4th. It's the 3rd. I don't know. It depends where you are,
Time traveling Americans.
but yeah, like it's not even the 4th here, so you're just happy tomorrow. uh, but yeah, I wouldn't care. I don't care about most holidays. You'll notice that I don't do seasonal content because I think it's just, to me, it's a way of making a video less watchable the rest of the year, and that's it. The most I'll ever do is do something thematically sort of close. Like if it's, I don't know, if it's fucking Jesus brain. Thank you so much for being very useful. If it's Halloween, I might do something that's vaguely horror themed or about something spoopy, but I won't specifically make it a Halloween video. Same with Christmas. I might do something about Jesus, but I try to avoid doing anything. I like timeless content. I like the idea of making things that are evergreen. That's how I basically started the channel. Was that I always wanted my videos to be watchable, basically forever. And that's specifically why I moved so hard into science, because, and especially religious people, because they never stop saying stupid shit. I saw this documentary on TV about paranormal creatures, and one was obviously just a dead cow. Another was a crab with a bit of a twig stuck to its head. They were all baffled. Oh my god, I hope that's real. That sounds so fucking funny.
Yes, Jonas, it's the pyramid thing on Netflix.
Yeah. Thumbnail made it look like another Graham Hancock nonsense show. What? Oh, right, the pyramid thing, right.
I don't know, I enjoyed it. But then again, I'm a bit of a fangirl for Egypt, so...
You'll watch anything, even if it's like really wrong and pisses you off.
Yeah. I'd just sit there getting annoyed.
We just had Canada on Sunday, so we're going to have today off in lieu of, we celebrate the day we told the Brits we are okay, and the Americans celebrate the day off. Okay. A video narrated by Mrs. Sick would be horrifying. Perfect for Halloween. But she wouldn't. She just wouldn't do that. Here's my obligatory, oh crap, I actually made it to one of these, followed by your self-deprecating remark about these streams being terrible. It's not self-deprecation if it's true. It's called a terrible stream for terrible people for a reason. It's not very good. Timeless classics require foresight, aging like a fine wine or whiskey. Well, a whiskey ages until you bottle it. It only ages in the barrel. So if someone says, "Oh, I've got this whiskey from a really long time ago," it's probably fine, but it's also not going to be much different from the way it was when it was first bottled. That's the good thing and the bad thing. Was it just coincidence that your Pat Robinson video posted a couple of days after he died? It was a massive fucking coincidence, because I am currently about 3 weeks ahead on where I've made my videos, because I mean that's part of the whole having evergreen content thing, is that I want to make videos that I can put out whenever the fuck I want. And I had already set up and was ready to put that video up on that day, and then he fucking died. And in some sense that was really unfortunate timing, and in another sense could have been really fortunate timing, but it got as many views as it normally would have, so I'm pretty okay with that. I genuinely, I didn't want to put it up as like just fuck the dead guy. I don't think like that. I mean, he might be the worst person alive, or not anymore, I suppose. But I'm not going to bother with the things that, I don't know. I address arguments. I don't really care that much about people. There's people who are sort of fucking, what's the word? You have a rule, and then you have the thing that goes against the rule. I can't think of words right now. Thank you.
Oh god, darn. The ancient Egyptian conspiracies is not as stupid as typical conspiracies. Yeah, I guess the more modern ones because they're more relevant, but they still really fucking annoy me. Some of the
them
conspiracies are just like, oh, ancient aliens. I'm like, fuck off.
People have been able to make someone, I can't remember who it was saying. It's like they stacked some bricks up in a big triangle for all intents and purposes. It's actually a really efficient way to stack bricks. It rarely falls over. But yeah, like I don't tend to talk about people. I tend to talk about ideas. Now, some people have a lot of ideas. Some people say a lot of the same things, and I'll address the fact that I've talked about them before. But most of the point, I just counter example. Oh, people, exception. Thank you, Duck Dog, which is a weird thing for me to say. This was the exception to Duck Dog being a prick. Pat popped his clogs to avoid being mocked. He was like, Sir Six made a video. Oh no.
Deuces.
Fuck this. I'm out. No. The power that the pyramids generated, was it AC or DC? I like the way you put that, because it's like, we're just going to assume that this is correct and ask you a different. That's like a proper conspiracy theory tactic, is to say, is like there was the one about fucking, there's some SETI or something like that, a place where they do science, and then they blamed some machine that they have there on some fucking weather and like tornadoes and fucking tsunami. I think it was the tsunami actually, and just one of these conspiracy TV shows that, like, I think it was Potholer who talked about it, but it's a really good example of how people will just sort of skip the step of proving what they said and just assume that it's true, assume that they're right, or pretend that they're assuming that they're right, and ask other questions about how right it is, and it's fucking annoying, especially when you start noticing it. In that case, make a few more death notes. I mean, videos. People did ask, do you have the power to kill people with your videos? And no. I don't know how I'd feel about that power. Like, in a genuine way, if I knew that my videos would end people's lives, if I wanted them to, I suppose. I'd hope I'd have some control over it. Otherwise, I'd just stop making videos. Seti poo buns. Thank you for that, John Smith. It's the ley lines or negative fucking ley lines. Oh my god. It was Jesse Ventura. Yes, I remember. Jesse Ventura, who hasn't got time to bleed. Is that who that is? If that's who that is, that's really fucking funny. Test it for science. Well, I'm pretty sure my videos don't kill people, but I feel like I shouldn't. And I feel like there's other people who would have died by now if that was even remotely true. So, and he was very old. I mean, fucking hell. YouTube just sent out a TSTP notification. Yay? Yay, question mark. I mean, it's still got 40 minutes left. Of all the things that should have fucking notifications go out immediately, it should be streams. There's a reason why I do them at the same time every day. So if you care about these and you always want to be part of it, just set a timer for about 20 minutes ago every Monday, and you'll always get the stream, unless it's Tuesday, where, you know what I mean. I douse for ley lines all the time. Ain't found shite. I mean, if you douse for anything, you won't find shite. That's the beauty of dowsing. And if you do find something, then you go, yay, this was because of what I just did, and not, I just luckily found some random piece of shit. Spirit science is going down. Oh, God. I don't think I could do enough to kill them. No. They could. It's not like they'd tell you if your bird killed them. Wait, who's... Oh, right. Vid, bird, basically the same word. I thought that was Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris doesn't sleep, he waits. I always liked he doesn't do push-ups, he does earth downs. That were the case, Blue Buckwood would be... I mean, there's a lot of people who I've covered on my channel repeatedly because they just say some wild shit. So, yeah. Did someone say shit? Why is the poop emoji so happy? Surely it should be sad because it's poop. If I was poop, I'd be pretty upset about it, I'll be honest. I think Bill Bailey was onto something with his ley line / little chef theory. That was it. They put the little chefs everywhere and then the ley lines just connected them up.
Oh my god. Little chefs.
I haven't been to a little chef in many a moon.
A long time ago.
The last time I went to a little chef was when I was dragged out by a mate of mine's dad and the mate to go do fucking work.
Yeah, they closed down a long time ago.
Damn, autocorrect. I did Nintendo say that. Family issue still going on. What's your opinion? Can a katana or... I mean, where do you put the katana? In a can? Can katana? It's a pig wearing a poo costume. Oh my god. I would bang Chuck Norris with B. Arthur's dick. What the fuck? The poop emoji is happy because Daddy Elon was made him Twitter's PR director. Fuck's sake. Damn this time up. I'm 15 minutes ahead. Then you just need to figure out what time these fucking things happen. It's not my responsibility. That's your responsibility. What do you think aliens would think if the only human they ever met was Banana Man Ray Comfort? That he was a fucking dumbass. And they'd be like, there's got to be better ones. Surely, if there's one, there's more, and this has got to be the worst one. In the US, look for the ley lines between the glass obelisks of family video locations. Okay. Isn't there a thing where, like, Washington, D.C. is a giant fucking pentagram? Or
I thought it was
I don't know if it's true.
I thought it was like landmarks.
Something like that. People, I mean, they
But
do.
then again, you can just choose any landmark.
Do you like the song Sick by Slipknot? I do. I can't remember specifically which that one that is, but I know it's on the album with the line, "You can't see California without Marlon Brando's eyes," which is just poetry, really. For some reason, makes me think of those Georgia Guidestones. Some good video topics there. Okay. I mean, if you ever have a video topic that you want me to cover, send me a video of someone talking about it, and I'll have a look. Chuck Norris is why aliens don't visit. They're like, God damn, that guy's actually kind of cringe. Why does he have such fun joke theories about him?
I thought Chuck Norris was dead.
Oh no.
Is he? Not yet. I have to check now.
Was it Chuck Norris doesn't follow trends? Trends follow Chuck Norris. Then he turns around and beats the shit out of them.
Nearly. He's 83.
Nobody follows Chuck Norris. For strangulation, you can't beat an old phone cord. What? Why? Why need to say this? For fuck's sake. I thought the last lines were guys waiting to get into the massage parlor. You mean, oh, ley line. Right, I see. Do you know, I do not know of any massage parlor. I'm sure they exist around us.
Yeah, I know there's a few around, but I don't know.
We are actually quite lame as people. Like, we don't know where to get drugs, and we don't know how to get a sex for money. I've been offered it once whilst in the middle of the night, and a woman like trying to get into a bus station. She was like knocking on the window for the guy inside, I'm assuming to get work. And then she turned out and went, "You got any friends who are looking for business?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "What about you?" And I'm like, "Fuck no." Have a good night. Bye. And for anyone asking, no, she was not attractive. Chuck Norris isn't dead. Death is Chuck Norris. I remember watching Ancient Aliens and the guy saying the Egyptians were alien because they didn't have the tools to build. Then
but they did.
Then I tried. Then a tired architect told them they probably used a wheel to measure stuff. Okay. Happy ending. Who's a happy ending? CIA sick told me to kill. No. You don't kill anyone but cans. And cans aren't people, I've heard, because of the can conspiracy. Getting drugs is easy. Just find a teenager wearing a hoodie in summer. I mean, that's kind of fair. Is it just me, or does Ray Comfort look like a discount Chuck Norris? No.
No.
Yeah, or maybe yes, it is just you that looks like a discount Chuck Norris, because it's definitely not Ray. It's my birthday, so say happy B-Day, Jared. Cheers from Melbourne, Australia. No, I'm not going to say that.
Melbourne, the capital of Australia.
I can't remember, is it?
No, it's not.
Isn't it some weird place no one's ever heard of? It's not Sydney.
No, it's not Sydney. Even though, like, it kind of should be. Because that's like
it should be the one that people have heard of.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
How it works. See, now I'm going to have to double check. Because I'm assuming that if you knew, you'd say Canberra. Yeah, no one's ever heard of Canberra. Chuck Norris visited the Virgin Islands once. They're now just called the Islands. Oh, for fuck's sake. If I wanted drugs, I'd just go down the next street over. They're selling it on the sidewalk. I mean, I don't know of any. I've never seen. I know of one house that people get cheap tobacco from. So I can't imagine that they probably don't sell drugs as well. Although if they still live there, I have no idea. Although of late, there've been a bunch of fucking...
I smell the drugs in places, but I don't... It's not like I can, like, follow the trail of the smell.
Comfort is discount Norris, 100% free version, maybe. It's not just discount. It's pay to take him away. We pay you to remove him. I got bit by a drop Canberra once. Oh, Canberra, right. No, that's not good. They also make the porn in the capital of Oz. Which porn? All the porn? Or just a porn? Specific porns. Egypt found the wheel toward the final dynasties along with a composite bow. I don't know if any of this is true. This sounds made up. I don't know. Did they have wheels? They must have had wheels.
Yeah, they had chariots.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. Ray Comfort is the 3-month trial version of knockoff Chuck Norris. Jesus Christ. Ray Comfort is malware. Comfort is the version 1.0 internal alpha of Norris that somehow got leaked before they fixed all the bugs. And it was shit, and no one would ever buy it even if they fixed it. It's just the worst.
Isn't Chuck Norris, like, full-on, like, Christian mode?
Well, it's not just that. I think he's an anti-vaxxer and stuff like that. I think he's full-on dipshit.
Okay, so he's not just a Christian, he's also a dipshit.
I've heard him say some pretty dipshitty things. I can't remember the specifics, but yeah. It's why it was so, like, the Chuck Norris facts were so funny, and then you find out that he's a complete dipshit, and they
on
become
his
less
Wikipedia,
funny.
there's an entire section called Christianity. So, all right, it's a very small Christianity section. He's an outspoken Christian. That's it.
Yeah, like it's not like I care that he's Christian, but it's the dipshittery. He even hates being compared to God, and that's the funniest one.
He's a Baptist, right? Okay.
He's been baptized. Just like Kevin Sorbo. I mean, I'd take Chuck Norris over Kevin Sorbo every day of the fucking week.
Yeah.
Kevin Sorbo is a fucking idiot. Like a genuinely stupid human being.
Disappointing.
It was very disappointing. Chuck Norris is a whack job and he's an MLM pusher. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that definitely doesn't help. Chuck Norris doesn't do drugs. Drugs do Chuck Norris. And that's why he's so fucked up. Went to see Muse at Huddersfield, then Christians tell me that rock music causes Satan to attack me.
Okay.
I feel like they might have been wrong about that. I care that he's Christian because he votes in the same country where I live. I mean, that's a good reason to care. But that doesn't mean that he's necessarily someone to be dismissed either for their entertainment or whatever. I don't care. Fucking, which one is it? There's a few famous fucking Christians that make good. Their content is not related to that. The things that they do, and oftentimes the things that they say, that's just like not important, even though their religion is important to them, and that's fine. Like it's the don't shove it down my throat philosophy, and I'm good with that. In a small dark room in the church by his local priest. What the fuck? Okay. Ray Comfort is a future Matt Powell who has fully embraced the persona of Professor Peel. I mean, I don't know if that's... To be honest, the Professor Peel thing got really old real fast. And the fact that people repeat it ad nauseum whenever he turns up is something that, like... Okay, I see you watch Simon Dan. Good for you. I had to leave for 5 minutes. What did I miss? Seasick going teetotaler? I mean, I'm not drinking today. Go figure that one out. Chris Pratt is a Christy Bob wacko, and he's been in some decent films. The Guardians of the Galaxies are actually really good. To be fair, oh fuck's sake. Fred Hoyle, amazing physicist and communicator, and I believe faithful Christian. There are some, yeah. There's a scientist who appeared in one of my videos, the one with the woman teaching kids lies about science.
Oh.
The guy who he is a Christian. He was an atheist and now is a Christian, and you know his science was good. His fucking theism is fucking gibberish. And one of the things in the video, apparently he has said, although he now moves away from it, apparently he did at one point say that he became a Christian because he looked at a fucking waterfall, which is somehow worse than the way that he put it, which is that he was an atheist and didn't really think about it and then thought about it and decided to become a Christian, which to me, just, you're not an atheist. What you are is someone who hasn't thought about it. You can not believe in something but not really think about it, and I don't think that there's any point in sort of labeling yourself as anything.
No, you're kind of a neutral middle zone.
Yeah, you're more of a theist.
Theist?
Like, to me, as much as atheist does mean someone who's not convinced, if you've never attempted to be convinced one way or the other, then I don't see you... There's no point in calling yourself fucking anything at that point. And certainly not, I don't know. Louder, please. See, there's these volume knobs, right? Use them.
Get a DAC.
Get a thing that can do volume. Get some headphones, I don't know. Oh, hi, Six. You've done collabs with Paul Osier, right? Do you know that his Toast to Toast streams sounds like it would be right up your alley? I don't know about most other people's things. I know that Paul Osier does YouTube shorts, and he used some of my clips from the video collab we did together as his shorts, and they're pretty good. And I was like, I should make those. So I did. I've made 2 of them so far. I need to make another one at some point, but it's good. Off the phone and back on the PC. That's it. Get that delicious portable computer into your veins. Even though... Portable? Personal. Fuck's sake, brain. Stupid thing. Seriously, it's my birthday. Born on the 4th, and I'm actually really drinking, and I haven't slept. And it's 6:33 a.m. Yay. Oh, we just had to fix that over the weekend, actually. We had a really fucking rough Friday night. And we just ended up going, right, fuck it, let's stay up all day. We had to go to a how do I put it now? Uneventful
normie event.
uneventful family event. And everyone, including the person who basically organised it, went, well, that was a fucking waste of time.
It was really boring.
It was super goddamn boring. It was effectively, I won't tell you what it is, but what it looked like was a bunch of people being rescued from the inside roof of a stadium. Like, that's what it looked like. And we had to wait an hour to see the one person we were there to see being lowered from the roof of the inside, rescued from the roof of the inside of a stadium. And then we left. I don't believe you actually drink. Now, you can tell I'm not drinking because I'm not as funny today. Or at least I'm not able to prattle on bullshit for quite the same amount of time. I just need to... Okay. I love pulling an all-nighter and then trying to survive something boring. It's fucking tough. I know by the end of the day after having an all-nighter, I had to... I sat down. It was only 10 minutes or so before we were going to go to bed. But I sat down and put on something talking on the TV and I fell asleep almost immediately. It was very quick. Some guy named Sir Sick popped up on a Miles Power video. Yay, dogs. I mean, fucking less yay to the shit people do to dogs. Oh. My brother had a thing and threw a baked potato at my door. Why did your brother throw through? Was it through a baked potato? A baked potato? See, spelling. It's important to be able to understand what people say.
Yeah, dude, don't. There might be dyslexic or second language.
I know, but it's difficult to read. Short views are so inflated. I get distracted with something and let the short replay like 5 times all the time. And I don't even watch shorts that often. Okay, so as far as I can tell, the views aren't actually inflated. The watch time is inflated. If you watch it, I think you get 1 view. And you have to watch it again from a separate time or whatever to get an extra view on it. Because the view time on my shorts start off at like 160 something percent, and then they go down to like a normal amount time percent. So I don't think that the views are inflated. I think that now they're not very valuable. I'll put that much to you. Since I first put it up, it's gone up to like $4 or something. I can't remember what it was last time, but it's not gone up much. I bought a handle of Buffalo Trace 6 years ago, and it sits 10 feet away from me. It just sits there. Buffalo Trace is nice. It's yummy. Drew threw a baked potato. Yes, I'm dyslexic. Cool. Funny when they loop while I'm commenting on a short. I do like to make them loop. People have been quite appreciative of the loop. One person, because Mrs. Six sometimes edits my videos, there have been a lot of people who assume she always does it, or that everything is hers, even if I've done that particular bit. And the shorts was something that I did in my entirety on my own. And someone saying, wow, she's got such technical skill to make that fucking loop work so well. And I'm like, motherfucker. That's entirely me. I'm not going to give her that.
I will take the credit. Thank you for doing
Think that's some credit for me. Om nom nom. Yeah, I was kind of annoyed about that. I threw a baked potato at a fox once. I didn't mean to. Lucky I didn't microwave the potato. It might have killed it.
I don't know what's the thing about... Why is there more than one person throwing baked potatoes?
Who is throwing baked potatoes? Why is this a common occurrence enough that
why is this
two people out of 100 and odd?
Just why is this a weapon of choice?
Surely it's not very useful. Like, do you know what baked potatoes are for? You fucking eat them. Have you tried that instead of launching them across the planet? Do you think dogs love sticks because a man needing firewood? I don't know. Maybe, but dogs generally just like things to chew on. They often like gnaw, like
Chewing like a reflex.
yeah.
It's like instinct, isn't it? It's just like nom 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 nom.
We need an endless good at the sex loop. Wouldn't that just be and then it just carries on forever? How can you accidentally throw a baked potato? I mean, that's true. Unless you were spooked. And it went near a fox. Potato cannons are really fun to build and use. I mean, yeah, but that's not a baked potato, is it? That is, you don't cook a potato and then put it in a potato. You eat a baked potato. A potato cannon fires raw potatoes. That's a fucking different thing. It's baked because it would be too dangerous to use a real one. I mean, they're usually quite hot as well, so how the fuck? Unless someone just randomly like puts one in your hand with tongs and you go, ugh! Oh, mash them, boil them, stick them in a stew.
Oh, that's the baked potato is a jazz club in Long Beach. That is a perfect name for a jazz club.
That is a pretty good name for a jazz club. What else will you shoot out of a potato cannon? I would fire a potato cannon out of a potato cannon. So it'd be a potato cannon. Oof. I'm literally baking potatoes for dinner now. Now, okay, resist the urge to yeet them at people. Just do it, please. Please. It's food. You don't need to throw them at people. It's not worth it. Baked potatoes, in foil or not. It depends how you're cooking them. If you're cooking them in the microwave, which you can do, I'd say no. I'm fucking pointing a gun at you. What's the date? What fucking year? Shite, my bad. Sorry. Back out the stage trapdoor. Okay. Oh, it was wrapped in foil. Are we talking about one of the yeeted ones, which I can only assume we are? Could leftovers from gnawing on the bones of vanquished plate? That makes more sense. And it's just sort of a satisfying feeling to them. So yeah, that makes sense. It's like how having sex is pleasurable because you need to reproduce. And, that's a good way of making people do things. So if chewing on a thing is very pleasurable for a dog, that would also cause them to chew on bones and get the, the fucking...
Yeah, same thing like when humans have sugar, they get dopamine from it.
Yeah. That would make the most sense. Spud Gun episode of House MD is fun and really showcases 13 Olivia Wilde's character. Cannot remember that. I've watched a lot of House, but I don't remember most of it. I guess because a lot of it is quite the same.
It's a lot of filler content, and it's always not lupus.
Considering that you can get almost as much out of a House episode in a YouTube short, I've watched so many fucking House MD YouTube shorts, and I'm like, oh, I'd like to watch that episode, and then I don't. Mostly because I don't have a way to, but yeah. And we're back on food. I mean, to be fair, we're on yeeting food, not eating food. And I just realised that those go together, so I'm quite pleased with myself. Marrow, that's the fucking word I was looking for. Mr. Potato was a major news story on Fox News. When? Are we talking about Mr. Potato Head?
Well, like back in like
was
2001?
Was the potato picked up and eaten after? I mean, that's a good point. I only know about the jacket potato truck because of Stuart Lee. Okay, I don't know what the jacket... Oh, do you mean like a truck that sells them? I mean, yeah. See, now I want a jacket potato. Recently saw a girl in public identifying as a fox. That shit was baffling. But did it hurt you? And that's the important question. Did it make her happy and did it hurt you? Probably not. The important
question is, what did she say?
Did she say... What did the fox say? Yes, Mr. Potato is an actual person. Mr. Potato Head. So does he have plastic ears and eyes? That's fucking terrifying. Put the taters on the oven rack, stab them, spray them with cooking spray, sprinkle them with salt and pepper, and let them bake until they smell done. I mean, that's how most food works.
Charcoal.
Yeah, charcoal is the smell of food, right?
That's the smell of done.
The smell of done. I was always really fucking terrible at cooking pizzas. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't taught how to do it, or I wasn't taught properly. I think my parents had this bad habit of assuming that if they knew how to do something, then I knew how to do it by osmosis. So I was often given a pizza. So there you go. And I go, oh, a pizza. And then I'd put it in the oven. I'd turn the oven on full. And then I'd wander off. And then I'd come back an hour later. And there'd be a charcoal briquette waiting for me. And I always felt upset about that. You might think that's fucking stupid. You just read the instructions. If you're a small child and you're not taught to do things like that, you don't fucking know. I really, really, really despise it. Like, we've been very careful to never assume that the kids know something and that we will teach them repeatedly until they fucking know. They
get annoyed at me because I over-explain things to them.
It's like, no, trust me. If we didn't do this, you'd be so fucking annoyed. I feel a potato famine coming on. Cracked potatoes open with butter and bacon. Now I'm hungry.
Cracked potatoes?
No, you crack them open and then you put butter and bacon in them.
Like an egg.
Potato egg. Wrap a potato in tin foil, place on engine block, drive to town.
That would be weird if you cracked open a potato and it like egg came out.
Egg came out. So this was this a potato? Was this?
I'm pretty sure this was an egg.
Egg. Pizza stones are cool. What is a pizza? Do you mean like the surface thing that you, like a pizza oven, or am I thinking of something else? AKA the charcoal frisbee. Yeah. And I did that multiple times, and I basically just didn't fucking eat those days. And I would be very sad about it. And I tried to explain to my parents what happened, and they'd get mad at me. So, you know, good job. Fun times. I didn't plan my supper and wound up with a half-baked potato. Oh, that's almost worse. There's nothing worse than not properly cooked potato. Chips, or what do you call it, fries, that aren't cooked properly. Although to us, fries are what you get from McDonald's, and then chips are chipped potatoes, usually like either homemade or at least decent quality. But if those aren't cooked properly, that is the fucking worst. I would rather have an overcooked chip than an undercooked one every single fucking day of the week, even if it makes them really crunchy. Not burnt, obviously. That's no good. I hate people who make bread pizza because they don't even bother trying to make a dough, which is actually extremely easy. It's extremely easy if you have the ingredients. If you don't have the ingredients, which some people don't, then you just use what you have. Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about like a slice of bread and then like ketchup, cheese. My God, that sounds fucking amazing. Soggy bottoms are a no-no. What? You egg? Stabs. Okay. Tastes are like a slice of pizza. The humor is cheesy. When you get them on edge, they are crusty. And when you consume their content, they give you heartburn. I guess it depends on the pizza you eat. I work at a pizza place, perfectly cooked, and they become a frisbee in 1 hour on top of our oven. I mean, there is that. My first microwave baked potato turned into a rock. Did you stab it? Because they have a habit of exploding too.
Did you yeet it?
Did you eat it or yeet it? That's the new thing. Eat or yeet. This is the game show. I once carefully opened an egg and filled it with lollies and glued it back together and tricked my niece. Filled it with lollies? Are you Australian?
Yes.
So that would be sweeties.
Yeah.
That was always bizarre to me. When I have family in Australia, and we went, so do the kids want lollies? And I went, ugh, I'm not really that into lollipops. And he went, no, we mean lollies, like lollies. And I was like, I don't know what you fucking mean. And eventually they brought me a bag of sweets. And it's like, that's a bag of sweets.
You backwards cousins.
How is that? How is that lollies? Not one of them has a stick in them. This is not What is wrong with you? And then they offered me meat pie, and I asked, what fucking meat? And they went, meat. And I was like, your culture is so confusing. All you need is flour. That's literally the only thing you need to make dough. Who doesn't have flour, for fuck's sake?
Yeah, just a big ball of flour. There you go, and now it's just
Some people don't have flour. Are you that fucking privileged that you don't understand food scarcity?
It's just it's just like a layer of flour, and then you put the sauce on top of it.
Potato bag for microwave will fix that. Wanted to set up a pizzeria, but couldn't get the dough together to pay. Oh, for fuck's sake! Have you guys ever eaten spotted dick? The pudding?
No.
Yes.
No.
No?
No.
Why?
It's got raisins in it.
There are versions where the raisins are replaced with chocolate chips.
I've only ever seen ones with raisins, and raisins are dirty. So
yeah, I know you don't like raisins. In some parts of Yorkshire, sweeties are called spice. Confuses the shit out of addicts. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah, my stepdad calls it that.
I don't think we can see him anymore. That's just fucking weird. I have never heard that. I've lived in Spiceshire, Yorkshire.
Spiceshire.
For many. Not a Lolita, a lolly, like a lollipop. You know what a fucking lollipop is, don't you? Michael Jackson had a spotted dick, fuck's sake. When I was in prison, they called me Bend Over. You want to know why? It's because I've been to Dover and I showed them pictures of my trip.
Wholesome.
Is your name also Ben, or wouldn't you be John Dover? Some just like putting the potatoes in the toaster. Does that fucking... It's got this image of like a really squashed potato. The point is, many of your food names sound weird to us. There are many food names that sound weird to everybody. Like, Americans think that, was it biscuits? Some kind of fucking... What is it? What? Gravy... Biscuits and gravy, is that the one? Mrs. Sick, I'm saying words to you so that you can... Right.
I don't know. I
if
can't
I ask
see you anymore because your screen's in the way.
If I ask a question, I'm probably looking for an answer, not just from the chat. They're slow. It takes them like 15 seconds. I don't think they're really listening. Flour, baking powder, baking soda, but I thought baking powder and baking soda were the same thing. Obviously, I'm wrong.
No.
Get the amounts right and you get biscuits. No, you don't.
Get the amount wrong and they taste fucking disgusting.
Get a biscuit has like sugar in it and usually egg and is a sweet thing. Now you're going to say, no, that's a cookie. No, a cookie is that, but with big chocolate chips and it's usually quite thick. That's a cookie. Just everybody but me is wrong and it drives me mad. Hash brown bars out the toaster. What the fuck? Like, hash browns are rarely good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about anybody here, but most of the time I've had hash browns, they've been disgusting. Like, genuinely really gross. Undercooked is the main one. They're like fried to shit and they somehow fucking undercook them. It is mind-blowing. The best hash browns I've ever had have been in burgers. And I don't know if it's because they cook them for longer or because they are so chocked full of sauce that they just melt and then become a tolerable food. But other than that, hash browns on their own are always fucking gross. I find it funny how English speakers say pineapple, but in almost every other language it's ananas.
Yeah. I think it's because we have banana and we don't want to confuse the English folk.
What about I have an apple, I have a pen? pen, apple, pen, whatever it is. Spicier is basically Piccadilly Gardens. Chocolate Kevin sorbet. What the fuck? some change so you can pay attention, Mr. Sick. What?
What? Thank you.
What the fuck is a scone anyway, or a scone, or scone? It's
Scoon.
just a thing. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. When they're good, they're really good.
I don't know. I've never really
A
been
really
into them.
good butter scone is fucking delicious.
No, I'm not posh enough for that shit.
They're not posh. It's funny. Wherever someone's from, if you say scone in your local dialect, anyone who says scone is posh. And if you say scone, anybody who says scone, that's the posh one. It's all like that is because I've experienced both ends. I've realised that neither is the posh one.
No.
They're just the one that other people say.
What did Toffs say?
Tough say about what?
How do they pronounce it? Because they don't.
I don't fucking know.
Scoon.
Skewn. Can I have a skewn? Or they have that. It'll be like a baked round. Or something.
Baked round.
I don't fucking know.
That could be so many things though.
Posh people. I mean, there's the whole thing about beef and cow.
Yeah.
It's like there's a reason, like the toffs say beef, and then the normals said cow, because they wanted to separate out that they don't eat the same thing, except they totally do. On a plane flight in Australia, one of the snacks we had were Anzac biscuits, but the company name was far bigger on the wrapping. Emu bottom biscuits did not exactly sell the contents. These come from emu bottoms. That is really funny, though. I'd like to open a restaurant in the US so I can experience what tasty food is like. Okay. My mum used to crush scone recipe. Like, she would, what? She'd take the recipe and she'd just wrap it up and throw it in the bin. Awesome.
More yeeting. That's good.
More eating, less eating. That's how you lose weight. Don't eat it, yeet it.
So you prepare a meal and you sit down in front of you and then you just.
You go, boom. I was really hungry, but now it's on the floor. Some fine foods. Try pea cola, cock soup, fish a-holes, shrimp flavoured crack, golden gay time, super dick mans, and one I used to eat, did ding dongs.
I think I've been losing weight recently, so maybe I can become handsome outside of Cersei Empire as well someday.
Yeah. We're trying something, not going to say anything about it, because every time we bring up, we're trying a new thing to lose weight, and then we don't. So we're just going to fucking pretend that we're pieces of shit. I only eat lab-grown chicken. I would eat lab-grown chicken. They could make it so that you didn't gain any weight, and then I could eat as much fried chicken as I wanted. I guess the frying would...
That's the goal, isn't it?
The frying would probably not help. I'm actually a chef, but Mum would make the best scones. Sconenes. Sconenes, there we go. That's what posh people say. Can I have a sconenes? Evening, you terrible bunch. If you eat meat as a comfort food, it's an emotional support animal. Fuck's sake. Atheists need a restaurant where you can get some good baby's blood. I don't know, any baby's blood will do. Put jam and cream on a scone side by side and end the argument of which one first. I mean...
You just push it in the mouth or push it off the plate.
It just go, bah. Oh, you want to lose weight? You need AIDS diet plan. Jesus, that is a fucking old reference. Oof. Food of the World podcast. It a thing now. I mean, there is that. If you want to lose weight, forget where you put it. I mean, that does technically work. And as Englishers, we can lose pounds and pounds and pounds. All we have to do is lose our wallet, and I've lost hundreds of pounds. Oh. These are real food names from around the world. Yes, I'm aware of the real food names from around the world, and I would try at least some of them.
I wouldn't.
The hell's a squananas? Losing weight is easy. I've lost hundreds of pounds over the year. I mean, this year we've lost so many pounds because of the fucking price hikes. Anyway, we've got 20 seconds left, and then we're gonna fuck off. So I'm just gonna do like outro shit and say, "Thank you for coming. Go away. It's time to leave. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here unless you are home. Where I don't know. Bye.
Bye.
Bye."
Gravy, 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 gravy.